Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Sea Serpent, and to start off we will talk about the artwork. For this one I used ink, watercolor, and colored pencils. The colors that I used for this one are very muted, and that was to increase the sort of dramatic atmosphere that I was going for on this one. Now, if you would like to know what materials I was using, make sure to check in the description. They'll be listed there for your convenience. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this speed paint and discussion. So today's topic is about the grammar and plural forms of some special marine dwelling creatures. So fish versus fishes, and then the plural for octopus, of which there are many different ideas on that. So we'll go through both of those. First, fish. So fish is the common plural form, but fishes is also perfectly accurate in some situations. So mostly in biology references is when fishes is used. It's more about if you're talking about several different fish species rather than one kind of fish altogether. That is a group of fish. But if you have blue tangs and angelfish and several other species, that would be fishes. And either would be correct. However, it's definitely a little bit more specific to say fishes in that circumstance. So that's definitely a little insight on that. It's very interesting. Now we can talk about octopus. Okay? The octopus is a very interesting creature that I love a lot. And now, sometimes very difficult to talk about multiple of them because I didn't know what they were actually supposed to be called. So, sometimes they are called octopuses, sometimes octopods, and sometimes octopi. Now we gotta figure out which ones are actually the correct versions. So, octopus is actually a Greek word. And so, if we want to have the plural of it, then we would often look to the Greek language, which gives us octopods. It's not a very common way to talk about it, but it is the most correct the form that you could actually say. So it's the most scientific, the grammatical, so it makes the best. It makes the most of it. And then we also have octopuses. So it's a common way to phrase it. Not really phrase it, but say it. And so octopuses also okay. This is fine, and it's an Englishized sort of version of octopus. It's not using the Greek end of it, but it still works because we have used octopus in the English language, which means that as soon as that happens, it's an English word, which means we can do what we need to in order to make it English, which would be adding an S or an ES to it. So that works. It's English, totally fine there. And then we have octopi. Now, octopi is actually incorrect. It is sort of the root is Latin, but since octopus isn't a Latin word, it doesn't go with the correct. It doesn't match. So it is not the correct term for that. So if you want to sound the most correct, be the most correct when using the plural form of octopus, go ahead and say octopods. That is the most correct form that you can use. Alright, so I hope you learned something from this. I hope you enjoyed these speed paint. And yeah, so keep swimming, friends. And I'll see you next time.